Hey, mathematicians. So Summative 2.2 is in the gradebook. Here is the newsletter post about it. There are some reminders. Here's the video we're watching right now. I'll link to that. Here are some reminders, though. So there is a lot of feedback, lots of ways for you to figure out what you did wrong and mistakes, but you can't get that feedback unless you open your summative. So make sure you open your summative and look for the feedback. Now we're going to jump over to what ClassKick looks like for the summative. You will find on slide 2 links to the solutions answers, links to a study guide, and another link to this video. So you're going to want to first scroll down, You're going to want to first scroll down and look. This is the preview, so there's nothing here. But you might find written feedback. I've circled things, highlighted things, put some notes here. Okay? You might find something in the chat. So the first thing you're going to do is look to see if there are any hints, mistakes that I've pointed out, any feedback. If you don't understand that feedback, you can always open up the chat and type something like, hey, what do you mean for part, I don't know, C? Whatever you're trying to ask about. Okay? So make sure you're reading your own feedback and asking if it doesn't make sense. The next step is that if you got something wrong, you are going to open these solutions. These are all examples of scholars who got 4s on this. So, for example, on this first problem, if you're like, I don't know what to do, first of all, you're going to have to zoom in. How did I make some mistakes here? So we're going to zoom in and we're going to look at these people work. And you can see all of these arrows are going to help you out, draw your eyes to what this information means. So if you're thinking, hey, what is a slope triangle? Every single one of these people has a lovely slope triangle on that red line. They all label them in various ways, different ways here. But you can see this person literally wrote on the graph, hey, -2 is the change in y, 3 is the change in x, right? So it's not enough just to open it up and say, hey, I open the solutions. You have to take some time to look at some examples and be like, hey, I don't remember what a slope triangle is. Can I figure this out? All right. So you can do that for this problem. There, make sure you're scrolling down. There's lots of examples here. And for the second problem, you can see people that earned a 4. A bunch of different correct ways to do this as well. So that's using the feedback and then opening up and using the solutions. Remember, you can open up those solutions from right here. You can open them up from the newsletter. And the last thing is, hey, if the solutions aren't enough, what are some practice problems? So that is what this Retake Study Resources is. That's linked here on the newsletter. It's also linked the Retake Study Guide on top of ClassKick, slide 2. And it looks like this. You can see there's those solutions again, another way to get there. But if you need help on question 1, practice on question 1, you're looking in this box here and saying, oh, here are some review and preview practice problems. Here are some learning logs. Here's a math notes you might open up. Here's a Desmos, like a bunch of practice problems on writing an equation if you have a graph of a line. Right? Remember that those worked solutions from another teacher for all of the review and previews, those are available. And here are all of our lesson links, so you can go back and look at the work. You don't need to do all of this stuff. You can ask, hey, what's something that might help me? But you can jump. You should be getting used to jumping on this study resources and being like, what are the practice problems that I can open up? Okay. So lots of really great work. some mistakes to correct, which is fantastic. That's where we need to be. All right, I guess it reloaded on me, so little awkward sign off here. Good work, everyone. I will see you in class. Have a good night.